It is Sunday, February 8th, 2015, and I'm here to talk a little bit about paganism, my personal beliefs on the subject, and my path. And basically, I wanted to talk a little bit about finding your own path, finding what's right for you. One of the first things I did when I identified as pagan was to educate other people about what it meant to be pagan. There's a lot of misconceptions. The first misconception that's really common is that pagans worship Satan or some sort of evil deity, and usually it's attributed as confused with some sort of Satanism, and even Satanists don't really consider themselves worshiping Satan, but use it as sort of a basically an archetype of things that they believe in. I myself believe in deities of light, a god and a goddess figure, a heavenly father and a heavenly mother, and this is just basically honoring the life cycle, the creation of life. You'll see in behind, I'll talk a little bit about this wall scroll. I found this at a really excellent place called Dancing Crane in Salt Lake City, Utah. And it's an excellent place to go to enjoy a cup of tea, some healthy food. They have a cafe, they have readers, a lot of great things to stock up on if you're thinking about this path for yourself. Pagans it's just a broad term that includes shamanism, Astrathru, which considers themselves heathen, and a number of other cultures that follow a more ancient belief system, according to archaeology, than monotheistic faiths. Now I'm going to straighten this in the back, but I wanted to just take a look at this. This symbolizes the seasons of the year. And the seasons of the year are very important to pagans. They always have, my friend joked, whenever I would have a thing of beer, I would look up on this app on my phone and say, okay, what holiday is it? And he would laugh and he'd say, well, it's always a holiday to you. And I'm like, well, I guess that's true. Pagans do have a lot of holidays because, as you can see, there's a lot of months to the year, and to pagans, each one symbolizes something unique and new to themselves. Now, I have a lot of plants in here because when your plants start to die, it means that people are throwing coercive or negative energy at you. I personally have a lot of protective barriers up, just in case there's that eventuality. Now, of course, this is all hypothetical. However, I've had enough magical experiences in my life that I no longer consider magic hypothetical. This right here is my altar. Right now, I have the flag, the United States flag, and that is protecting and covering up my ritual space so that nobody else can see but me, which is important to many pagans, that secrecy, and mainly it was because they were hunted in the burning times. As you can see over here, we have the different symbols. You have a zodiac sign, or if you're following European, there's European astrology, and you fall into one of these categories. I myself am a fire sign. I'm a Leo. I'm kind of at the center of it all, like the sun. I'm a sun sign. And so sun signs are innately powerful because the other signs rotate around them. This is to symbolize fire and air together create a powerful combination. When you think of magma or you think of solar flares, that's the kind of energy we're working with. As far as negative energy, in my personal belief system, which is TBAT, that I invented, it's basically the truth behind all truths. Wizardry is along the same lines. We claim to be metaphysical. We aren't a religion, and that's important to recognize that being pagan or being a country dweller that prefers to be out in nature, those types of people prefer to have a place where they can worship in the way that they want. Wicca, Gardenian Wicca especially, I just watched a video on it, they practice skyclad or naked to be more in tune with nature, similar to animals who run around naked, and some of them have fur and some of them have less fur. and some some of them have no fur and whatnot. And so when we're looking at different systems of magic, you can view magic in two ways. You can view it as a religion. Now, the thing is that pagans don't believe in Satan. That's an important thing to recognize and to let people know. Is although we celebrate different holidays, Yule is sort of at the place when Christmas is, but it doesn't fall on the exact day. So you can celebrate both holidays if you want. I love holidays from all denominations, so that doesn't matter to me. Additionally, these are not according to the Grey School of Wizardry, which is where I was trained online by Oberon Zell Ravenheart. We don't view magic as good or bad, black magic or white magic. It just is a tool. Just like you can use a gun for good reasons or bad reasons. You can defend your family with it, or some people shoot the gun at other people. You know, and they'll kill or wound them, and there's wars. So a gun is a tool. You can use it to hunt, to get food for your family. The law of the hunt is something familiar to pagans. They relied on the hunts, and even if you look at Native Americans, they went on the buffalo hunts. So being a powerful warrior is very important within paganism. And now, I use that as an umbrella term. I believe that my belief system is more Unitarian Universalist in the sense that it pulls from truths from all denominations. Now, I look for the truth behind all truths. I believe in metaphysics, that you can be of any religion and still practice magic, because if you look at your religion more closely, supernatural things are promised in that religion. And they can come to you through devotions of one kind or another. I believe in prayer. I believe in connecting with Jesus Christ for healing energy. And I believe in a lot of the things that monotheists do believe. But I'm outside the realm of monotheism or polytheism. While I dip into it, I keep my mind open to the possibility that there could be more. There could be more truth out there. I think staying open is the critical component when you're trying to decide if you're going to dive deeper in a path. So what I look at kind of as like, I am not a fish or a dolphin. I jump into the water and I can dive shallowly in a particular belief system, or I can dive deep. So diving very shallow or reading books about different belief systems, that really helps, because as you're doing that, it helps you to see if enough of that belief system resonates with you, that you're going to feel comfortable with the people that you're associating with. A lot of times this stuff can be done, and most of the growth happens when you're solitary, when you're pondering. And more of paganism in a larger sense is more to have a sense of community. Maybe you'll make some friends, maybe you'll find some lovers, but it's more, there are group rituals too, that they have a specific intent, and they create a sacred circle, and around that circle, if you have people of different zodiac signs representing fire, air, water, spirit, and earth. You know, you can have 5 even, somebody spiritual, somebody pure, to represent that. Or just, you know, having the 4 signs will bring spirit, the 5th sign from deity, into the ritual to create a specific purpose. Now, the thing is like, if you are ever attacked, you need to know how to defend yourself. When you're delving into the realm of magic, you need to create protection for yourself. Because there are people out there that use magic strictly not to help people, but they use it to hurt people. Now, people who have hurt you, it's almost a magical battle. If you think of Harry Potter, I'm sure Harry Potter would have gotten along with everyone had they not attacked him. And I'm just here to tell you that wizards are real. It's not fictional, it's real. So metaphysics is real. Now, what wizard means is wise one. And as you know, the astrologers looked at the signs and came to offer frankincense and myrrh, gold, and whatnot to the baby Jesus. Because the baby Jesus needed those things. Their family was poor. The dad's a carpenter. And as you think about it, they're throughout time, you have Krishna, which was maybe 30 to 50,000 years that predated Christ. You have these figures that come in the meridian of time, or when there's great shifts. And I believe I have a special mission, and my mission that I've taken upon myself is to bring those people who are LGBT and straight back to the spiritual path. Atheists and agnostics, agnostics at least keep their mind open to deity, but haven't had spiritual experiences. Atheists as well. They've either chosen atheism because they haven't had experiences, or because they feel wronged greatly by a particular religious denomination. And I'm here to tell you that you can make a religion based around whatever it is that you believe, because it's personal, it's for you. I'm sharing my story with you to hopefully inspire you and to help you understand why I created my channel. The main reason that I created my channel is that the people on YouTube helped me realize who I was, because I didn't know who I was. As far as my sexual orientation, I expected when a guy kissed me, which I wasn't expecting at all, he was a friend of mine, I expected that it would be gross, it would be horrible, it would be like the worst thing that ever happened to me, because I was fairly anti-homosexuals, because I was hit on earlier in my life when I had just gotten out of high school. And I look at it now and I think, well gosh, you know, there's like a lot of people out there that are striving really hard to understand deity, you know, understand if they're LGBT, if they're bisexual, if they're gay, or if they happen to be a trans person who feels like they're in the, you know, two people in one body, two forms of energy, the yin and the yang, and they want to find a way to, all of these people, to find where their place is. Is God rejected them? Are they going to hell? These sorts of ideas are all based in Christianity and monotheism. So because I'm living here in the United States, I'll be talking a lot about that perspective, although there's many denominations and most of them are not LGBT friendly. They focus more on the family and less on spiritual growth, or they feel like spiritual growth comes through the family. And those are wonderful and admirable goals. Without a family, none of us would exist. But then you have people who are born into a family, and they're called, within wizardry, they're called changelings. And changelings basically are people who were born in a religious faith, and they decided that that particular one wasn't for them. And because it wasn't for them, they tend to gravitate towards atheism or agnosticism. And if you look through time, you're going to have religious faiths that are claiming to be Christian, but maybe don't treat you so good. And I'm sorry for that. The same thing happened to me. I understand how it feels. And I'm here to tell you that deity still loves you. You're still a wonderful person. It doesn't matter what anyone else says or thinks. You are a wonderful person, and inside you'll feel that growth. You'll feel that divinity and that light as you open yourself up, as you pray, as you strive to find it. Something will resonate with you. You will have an experience, and that experience will change your life. And in my next video, I'll go on a little bit more about it, and I'm just letting you know that I prayed specifically to the Christian deity, Jesus Christ, and I was told that I was gay and that it was okay. And I think it was in relation to that particular, that particular relationship, or those particular feelings I was having at the time towards a gay individual. Now, as I studied deeper, I realized that because I had been in a relationship with a girl for a year, that I was in fact bisexual. And because I had been in a relationship with a trans-identified man for a year, people could say that I'm pansexual. However, because most people know the common usage in the word bisexual, I do fit into that category, especially if pansexual is a subgroup. As far as my gender, I am male, I'm a man, and I take pride in being a man. I have no shame in it. And I do makeup and whatnot to connect me to the divine, to show that I am directly connected with a god and goddess figure. Now I'm going to continue my next video to talk about how you find a path and where you should start looking. And my only recommendation to you is find a belief system that is inclusive of everybody in the world if you want to come from a place of love and acceptance. Don't go to a belief system where they only tolerate you.